Hey guys, welcome back. So now we have this top header section styled well with the tabs. And what we're going to do is take a break from the styling now. We've done a whole lot of that. We're going to move on to some actual PHP stuff. So something a bit more interesting probably, because we've done quite a lot of styling over the last couple of videos. So what we'll do is we'll move on to the actual web crawler part now, and then when we have some sites output like this, we'll come back and style those later on. So yeah, we'll come back and do that later, but for now we're going to make a start on our web crawler. And what's going to happen is the web crawler, we're going to give it a URL, and then what it's going to do is it's going to go to that URL and find all of the links on that page. And then with the links that it finds, it's going to put those links into our database table, okay? But then also every one of those links, it's going to go and do the same thing on all of them. So we give it a link, it will search for all the links on that page and store them in a database. And then for every link it found on that page, it'll do the same thing. It'll go to that link and search that link for any more links and add those to the database. It'll go round and round and do that. But how we'll start is we'll write a basic web crawler, which we'll give it a URL. It'll go to that URL and then get all the links and then output them on the page. So that's a good place to start. And then we'll build on that and add it to the database and things like that. But yeah, that's a good place for us to start. So what we're going to do is go back to our text editor and create a new file. So I'm going to go to here, and then I'm going to save this, not in the CSS folder, but I'm going to save it in the root of my website, so in the doodle folder in my case, in the same folder as the index.php file, and the same folder as the search.php file. I'm going to save this as crawl.php. Okay, this is our web crawler file. So crawl.php, and then put your PHP blocks in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to write a function, follow links, like this. So we're creating a PHP function now, and then underneath that we're just going to call our function now. But before we do that, we're going to create a variable. We'll just say $start URL, like that, equals, and then this will be the URL of the website we want to start crawling. So I'm going to use my own website, so we can just put http://www.reesekenny.com, just like that. And in my experience, we need to have this www dot on there for this to work. So make sure you do remember to put that on there. I think this would not work. So make sure we have www dot on there, and I guess stick the HTTP on there too. So this is our start URL, and then what we'll do eventually is just change this URL to any new website we want to crawl. So what we'll do then is just call our follow links function we create above. So follow links, and just pass in this start URL value right there. And then just to make sure this works, we're gonna just echo this URL. So inside follow links, just put URL. So what we're doing is specifying that this follow links function takes one parameter, and then we can just say echo URL just to make sure this works. So if we go to crawl.php now, so in our website, crawl.php, we should see the link echoed out. So we've called the function, we've passed the URL into it, and then we've echoed it to the page. Great. So simple stuff so far. Okay, we just create a function and we've passed the URL into it. So what we need to do then now is go to this link and then get the whole web page and then find all the links in there. Okay, so how we're going to do that though is going to create a class that's going to do that, because like I said before, we're going to do it recursively, which means every link we find will go to that link too, and then find any links on that link, and then any link we find on that link will go to that link, and then round and round and round. So we're going to be doing this a lot. So what we're going to do is create a class with this code, which will make things a little bit neater for us when we're writing this code out. So create a new file and save it, and this can be our first class in this whole project so far. And then instead of saving it here, we're going to create a new folder, and this is going to be classes. Okay, so we have an extra folder in there now called classes, and then save this file as dom document parser.php. Dom document parser. DOM meaning document object model, which is the whole code of the website. All right, so DOM document parser, and save that. And then in there, open up your PHP block. Okay, and then just write class DOM document parser. Okay, put your curly brackets on, and then we have our class right now. For those who don't know, classes are the ways we can group code together so that we can reuse it over and over again. So what we'll do is we'll use this new class we've created here inside this follow links function, and it'll just save us some time and make it look a bit neater. You'll see how that works a bit later on, but if you have any questions at all, please let me know. Like I said before, this isn't an introduction to PHP course, so I'm not going to go and explain what functions are and what classes are right from the ground up, but if you do have any questions, just know that I'll be happy to help you out. All right, so just let me know. But anyway, first thing we're going to do is create a constructor, and a constructor in a class is just the first bit of code which is called when you create an object from this class. And that will be, again, clearer as you see it used. So let's go ahead and create the constructor now. So we can just say public function and then underscore underscore. So that's 2 underscores there, not 1, 2. Construct, and then parentheses, and then your curly brackets like that. Okay, so what we've done is create a constructor. We've said it's public, which means you can call this from outside the class. We've said it's a function, and then the name of the function is underscore underscore construct. And we're using underscore underscore because this is a reserved name in PHP. So this function here, underscore underscore construct, is a PHP thing. So we haven't made this up. PHP knows to look for this exact function when we create an object of this class. So what we're going to do is just pass the URL in there. So this is going to be the URL we want to actually go to. And then for now, we can do the same thing. I can just echo out URL and then colon. And then after that, I'll just put the URL variable. So because we're using double quotes here, we can pass the URL in just like that. We don't have to echo anything inside there. So this is fine. The reason I'm doing a URL inside of a string is just because it makes it look a little bit different from here. So we should see whether it's worked or not. But if you refresh the page, you actually won't see anything yet because, of course, we haven't called this from here. So we need to call this class from here. Rather than making an object of that class right now, we need to actually include the class itself in this document. So right at the top, the first thing to do is just to say include, and then the URL to the file we want to include, which is classes/dom.document parser.php. So DOM document parser.php. And now, because we've included this class in our page, we're ready to use it. So DOM document parser, and then inside there we can create an object. We can say parser equals new DOM document parser. And inside there, remember we specify a URL. We said that we pass a URL right here. So the URL we pass in will be this one right here. So URL, and then save that. And if we refresh the page, you should see this URL there, because we created an instance of this class, this DOM document parser class. And then when we did that, this code in the constructor is executed. Because remember, like I said, the construct part is executed as soon as you create an object of a class, which is what we've done here. Okay. So good start. We have a DOM document parser class, and we have this crawl.php page. So yeah, we'll move on and make this a little bit better now. But any question at all about anything we've just done, I know it's pretty confusing, especially if you've never done this before, just let me know, okay?